Disclaimer: this video will contain minor spoilers for Chapter 1 of My Friend Pedro. If you do not care, enjoy. If I could describe My Friend Pedro in one sentence, I would say that if John Wick and The Matrix had a baby, you would get My Friend Pedro. My Friend Pedro is a remake or reboot of the old Flash game, and to be honest, it's one of the best indie games I've played in a long time. This game is so satisfying to play, it's almost addicting. So there are a few things I would like to talk about, the first being the graphics. For an indie game, this game looks fantastic. One of the first things I noticed when I started playing was just how good the game looked. The lighting and everything looked great, and I'm a big fan of the art style. The game has this futuristic look to it and matches the soundtrack perfectly, which I will talk about now. This game has an amazing soundtrack, which you can hear in the background of this video. The soundtrack matches the art style of the game perfectly. It has a very nightclub feeling to it, and the music keeps you hyped as you hop and dodge and kill your way through the levels. When first playing the game, I didn't expect the soundtrack to be so good that it actually caught me off guard. I dare to say that this is one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a long time. The way it slows down when you enter slow motion is great. It makes the gameplay all the more better, which I will now talk about. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the gameplay. It's amazing, that's it. But seriously, the gameplay is so satisfying and fun that I can see myself playing through this game several times and beating it on every difficulty. Another cool feature about the game is that at the end of the level, the game generates a GIF for you, and you can save the GIF and share it with your friends. However, the GIF system isn't perfect. Sometimes you will do something really cool, and it will save something that wasn't as cool as the thing you wanted, which can be frustrating. But nevertheless, it's a cool feature, and I'm glad it's in the game, as I've gotten a lot of cool GIFs. So, overall the gameplay is great, and I can see myself beating the story multiple times. The controls are fantastic. Everything you do feels so responsive, and you always feel like you're in control. And it adds to the satisfaction of speedrunning through levels and not taking damage. Now I will talk about the story. Don't worry, I will keep it as spoiler-free as possible. The story is decent with interesting boss fights throughout, however it is really short. It took me about 3 hours to beat it, but it is a fairly interesting story with a plot twist that made me question my entire existence when I saw the credits. Overall, the story is decent with cool and unique boss fights. Now, we will talk about level design. I don't even know where to start with this, but oh my god is the level design good in this game. The levels allow you to make use of every skill and have fun things throughout, such as a frying pan might be sitting near a group of enemies and you can kick it up and ricochet bullets off of it. Or they might have gas cans sitting around to cause huge explosions. There's also zip lines, ropes, walls. All these things can help you be effective at killing and getting a higher score, which helps this game's replay value, which I will now talk about. The game has some replayability, having 3 difficulties: normal, hard, and bananas. The gameplay you see here is on hard. I have beat the game on normal and I plan to beat it on hard, and hopefully bananas someday. At the end of each level you are graded on how you did. This is where most of the replay value comes in. There are 4 grades in the game: C, B, A, and S. The less damage you take and the higher your combo, the better your score. You can also get bonuses for killing all the enemies in the level if you didn't die once, and a difficulty bonus depending on what difficulty you play it on. There's one last thing I want to talk about, and it's the biggest negative with the game: the animations. Most of the animations look great. Flipping and spinning in the air look fantastic, but cutscene animations do look a little weird sometimes. For example, your character might be hovering above the air in a cutscene, might not actually be touching the ground, or it might just look weird in general. However, it's not that big of a deal. Overall, the animations look great, with some weird cutscene animations which might get a chuckle out of you every now and then. Now, we move on to the conclusion. Overall, My Friend Pedro is a solid indie game that is really satisfying to play. Flying through the air, killing dudes with an amazing soundtrack to add to it. If I could change anything with this game, it would be the length of the story. But overall, this game is really fucking good. And if you have 20 bucks, buy this game and play it. You won't regret it. Overall, I'm going to give this game a 9.5 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10 if the story was maybe an hour longer or so. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. Hey guys, Riptide Randomness here, and if you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching. It was a blast putting this video together, and I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want more content like this in the future, please consider subscribing. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.